Hi. Hi, Promethean. I am here for another Monday. How are you doing today, Promethean? Oh, hi, Scooby. Hello, people. Thank you for coming. Am I gonna hear something or no? My phone is really weird with the volume controls. How are you doing, Scooby? Ooh, you already going. Oh, good. Yeah, sometimes showers can really, I think it's the steam, the toxins kind of releasing. Sometimes they can help a lot, but sometimes they can help so much that it makes you really tired and you want to just go to sleep afterwards. Feeling like $1,000,000. Good, good, good. Do you want anything in particular, Scooby, or just a general reading? The future. Okay. Sounds good. So yeah, unfortunately, I did kind of forget on Friday. It totally slipped my mind because I don't know, I had other stuff on my mind. I don't know what it was, but it totally slipped my mind to post in the Discord. But I'm gonna be doing it this Friday again. I'm gonna remind myself, and we're gonna go a little easier, a little lighter, and I'm gonna find something else besides what I have been posting, and and we'll see. Okay, ads. Okay, what ads? Then I can just keep shuffling. I. What? Weird. Jeez. Oop, no. Okay, sorry guys. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh. Oh, yeah. Yeah, see? I've had problems with that, too. Alright, Scooby, I think those are good now. Let's see. You can see them well? Yes, you can. Okay, let's start. Okay. Okay, inverted. Okay, the Hanged Man. So, it looks like in the future you'll be kind of letting time pass by you, okay? Not necessarily in a bad way, but it's also going to mean that you're kind of wasting time. There will be lack of progress, and you will feel kind of stalled in life. Oh, thank you, Hunter. So that is one thing we're seeing already, okay? That in the future there will be, you will feel stalled in life. Okay, cool, Promethean. I'll do that right after the reading. I'm excited. Okay, so the Three of Cups inverted. There will also be a little bit. Yes, I shall, but I got my AC set right, and I don't even step foot outside unless it's below 80, and sometimes it happens when it rains a lot, or, you know, but it happens once in a while. But yes, thank you, I will. I try, you know. So, the Three of Cups, there will be illness, okay? There will definitely be some sort of illness, and there will be loss of life's pleasures, unfortunately, too. I mean, Scooby, I don't know what we can say, because remember the last time we had it wasn't too bad, and now it's like going bad again. It's ridiculous. Okay. Okay, so this is looking better. Okay, Five of Swords inverted. So this is talking about you'll be exposing a false friend, and it also speaks of there will be less chance of defeat by doing so. Okay, so less chance of these two by exposing this false friend. Okay, so keep your eyes and ears open. Like I always tell people, when I you know, predict them something that can be stressful or whatever, don't be paranoid of it, you know, about it, and don't just like be like this. Not with every person. This, it will be pretty obvious, you know, who it will be. So it will be an obvious sign, and then you can be like, okay, that's what it was meant in the reading, and then you can move forward in life a little bit on a lighter note, I'd say. That concludes you, Scooby. I hope that helped a little bit, and you were able to resonate with it a little bit. So, and okay, Hunter, tell me about this calling that found you this month. And let me get my guitar over here. So I haven't really written any new music in a long time. So I've been just kind of playing the same stuff. I hope that doesn't bother you guys. Sorry. By Dragons. Okay. That sounds... Wow, my hair is fucked. Are you guys seeing that? That sounds interesting. So what else happened there? Oh, the sound is low? Okay, maybe. Better? Check. It's probably better now. Turn it up. Thank you, Promethean. Because... Oh, I do see it. But... It's not showing up in my mood chat. Oh, there it is. I don't live... We cannot live together, as in living together. But you can be part of this here, of our gatherings, if you so choose. And I'm not sure what a dragon mystic is, but that's cool. What are the 12 tribes of Israel? What were they about? Oh. Kind of figured as much. Oh. I'm unfamiliar with any Bible-based cults. Sorry about that. You sure you want to go back to a Bible-based cult then, if you ran away from the last one? Maybe you should look for a new religion. That's my suggestion. Bit out of tune, but it's fine. It's fine. Should bring my whole stand over here. I'm dumb. Okay. So I've been reading this book. Let me just, since we are a good amount of people in here right now, I've been reading this book, which at first I was really about it, but then because I'm currently reading the Karamazov brothers, but I always read like multiple books at the same time. I told you guys that already. So it's like I was then reading a book about the subconscious and how the subconscious can affect pretty much your whole. You as well. Thank you. How the subconscious can really affect your whole body. And like I always also say, the subconscious is very much connected to this, to your spirit. Okay, so it just pretty much makes perfect sense. And it's been interesting because I've been learning some things that I have just right now at this moment kind of slipped my mind. But yeah, so yeah, for instance, one of those things that I learned, it just came back, is that supposedly every 11 months your body renews itself. Okay, so now, you know, if you give your spirit or your subconscious the power of the doom cloud, and the feeling of doom, the feeling of, I hate to use the word negativity because people use it in the wrong context, in the wrong terminology, and in just the wrong meaning, right? But if you think in a certain way, then when your body renews its cells, then it'll already renew it with errors already in it, pretty much programmed. So it is really it is advised to think about, to meditate and to really get your subconscious straight by affirmations, right? Which I've known of affirmations for very long. It's very common in like the Wiccan practices, affirmations, and they really work well because they are it is like your conscience. When you speak, that's your conscious, right? Your conscious speaking, but what it does is like it puts a stamp on your subconscious, and that's literally how magic works too, so it is a pretty interesting book. It kind of really aligns. There's a lot of there's Christian stuff in there. Obviously the person even that wrote it is Christian, but also involves the other, because pretty much saying that any religious things, when people say God did it, that it was really their subconscious because of their faith and their belief, whatever that may be, whatever religion that is. But the strong faith and belief in the subconscious, influencing the subconscious thereby helps them and produces healing powers in your body. And I have, of course, felt that firsthand, as a shamanka. When you practice magic, when you do these things, then you do exactly that. And when he says subconscious, as a Satanist, you say it comes from the God within you, pretty much, right? So it all kind of aligns. It all is very similar. 7 years. Yeah, this I heard too, but I don't know what he said. What, maybe I misunderstood that, but he said that like every 11 months is, I guess he said something. I can't. I wish I could recall now exactly the words, but yeah, the 7 years I knew that. Yeah. He might not be talking about the whole body per se, something like this, but you kind of renew yourself. He says like every 11 months. I'm not sure exactly what the words were, but yeah, it is. The point is. Now this is way too loud. I can see it spiking, so I gotta turn it down. The person left anyway, so. Yeah, maybe that's what it was. I can't. I'm gonna have to look that up later and see. Maybe I'll take a picture and you know, send it to you or something. What he was saying, but it's pretty interesting book. It's not too bad. You know, a lot of it, like I said, I already knew, but there's always something more to learn. There was something else. What was it? I forgot it now. That I found rather interesting. Um, but yeah, it really does kind of align with what I'm talking about. But I do find it so funny that how closely related, you know, like how it's really just the hatred and the ignorance that separates these things. Like, for instance, Christianity versus Satanism. That's the perfect example, right? Because like the stuff that he's saying in the book, and he's referencing Bible verses and stuff like that, and it's just literally the same thing that you would find in the Satanic Bible, just in the name of Satan instead of the name of God, right? And it's, other than that, it's exactly the same. And I'm not talking about, you know, the stories and stuff, but I'm really talking about like subconscious influence, spiritual influence, etc. You know, the power of prayer, you know, whatever, the power of ritual in, you know, the Satanic sense, whatever. And it's so crazy as I'm reading this. I'm like, like, it's so funny, you know, how these things are so similar, that is the problem. Our, you know, techniques when it comes to practicing our religions or spirituality oftentimes is so very much almost identical. It's just in whose name we're doing it is so different, and immediately puts this blockage between people, right? Because it's just, you know, whereas we as pagans or Satanists or whatever, Wiccans, Gnostics, we are a little more tolerant, you know, because that is part of our teachings, you know, to be tolerant. And that is the part of that they're also taught, the Christians, but that they do not follow, because they're so arrogant in their belief, and that they're so ignorant and so aggressive in this way that they will not, you know, probably also how they were raised by their parents, generational things, you know, because I mean, we all know that Christianity was forced upon pretty much every nation on the planet, right? It never came naturally. So it's probably just still reverberates to this day, thousands of years later. Whereas, you know, our religions are either completely ancient, and, you know, they came naturally to our ancestors and they were just part of daily life, or they're very modern, you know, like traditional, like Satanism is pretty modern, therefore having the understanding that you know, shoving this down other people's throats, and, you know, already having the knowledge and the wisdom of the past of what Christianity has caused, not to follow in the same footsteps, right? So that is the difference. Right, exactly. There you're saying it. I didn't even read that stuff. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hi, Florida Metal. Yeah, so proud, you know, so I'm always thinking, you know, what can be the reasons? I'm sure there's many reasons, but it's just because even the rules, when you look at the tenets of you know, the Satanic Temple, um they are all very good points, and they're way better points than the 10 commandments could ever be, you know. So it just makes perfect sense that there's more tolerance, because it was established in a more modern sense, you know, whereas now paganism was so ancient. It was more connected to the aspect of nature, and of how our you know, it was based on the equinoxes, it was based on the solstices, it was based on, you know, how are the crops growing. It was about survival, you know, these things. And and you know, also always understood that there was not just one entity that was responsible for everything happening, but there was so many. And in a scientific point of view, it makes sense, right? Because there are more elements responsible for these things happening than just one human entity that's up in the sky and just doing it all, right? It's not. Of course, our ancestors put it metaphorically, but in reality, it was aligned more with science than even Christianity is today. You know what I mean? And so these are the things that separate us. But I just do find it so funny that when it comes to like fundamental things like spirituality and subconscious and these type of things, that the teachings are so similar. That's just another reason why I find this here, good, what I'm doing, because people here can come. This person that just came here, that was so weird because, I mean, first of all, truthfully, I didn't believe a word that person said. I don't think that's true. It's just an invention out of the mind. But if it were, let's just say theoretically it is true, right? Because possibilities are obviously there. Is telling us that they just escaped from a Christian cult, and they have to hide, and they have to do all these things, get a new ID, and they're looking for another Christian cult. I mean, did the first one not give you a hint that this is not a good idea? That you should probably find a different type of sect, cult, whatever you want to call it, because that's obviously not working. Yeah, well, the information can be true, but I don't believe that person actually went through all that. And they're on YouTube right now chatting in just a random stream. I do not have the feeling that was Hello, Jay. How are you? Thank you for coming in. Thank you for following. But either way, I just found it really funny how it's like, oh, okay, so you just escaped from a Christian cult and you want to go right back into another Christian cult. Curious. Dumb. I find that pretty dumb. Indeed, Jay. Thank you for following. Thank you for coming in. How are you doing tonight? So, and this is the thing, like, for some reason, I have bad luck with the YouTube people. The YouTube people are always, like, really wild, and they utter some wild and nonsensical stuff, and stuff that you just know right off the bat is not true. They're just talking out of their ass, right? Oh, thank you! Cheers! Thank you, Jay! You're the bomb! Ah, I see, Promethean. I see. Indeed. Yeah, so, yeah, that's dangerous. My mother always warned me whenever we passed the religious establishment, which, given in Germany, there are not so many left. If they are, they're big-ass Catholic churches, and there's like one or two per town. And then that's it, right? Or evangelists. That's all we have, Catholics and evangelists and evangelists, whatever you call it. And hey, Wolf Tamer, hi. And there's, you don't find anybody in those churches anymore. Like, Germany is atheist, right? Let's just put it that way. So, but in America, of course, you know how it is, right? And whenever we drove by or went by a religious, establishment, as I was already about to say, mostly, of course, Christian, whatever Catholic, Presbyterian, like whatever. Then and we would see a fence around it of some sort that was like really high. My mother would always point at that. She's like, "You see that fence around that church or this church establishment there?" And I'm like, "Yeah, what about, like I'm like a teenager. I'm like, "What?" Well, young adult, right? And Mom was like, "They're not trying to keep people out. They're trying to keep people in. Do not mess with this type of thing, But she always knew that Christianity, I had tried in my teens, and it was not, sooner I realized that was not my path, Oh, thank you. You do that too. Thank you so much for coming in for the cheers. I appreciate you. Hopefully you'll be back. Yeah, so these are usually like cults, right? These are what are today's, present day cults are referred to. Back in the day, cults were still, they were like sects. They like sects. They weren't always bad. They were pretty much never actually bad, but they are now. Or it's probably vice versa. Like these certain groups have now, like, society has branded them with the word cult. And it's a shame. I've said that before, but it is what it is, so that's also why I didn't name my sect the Cult of the Dragon, but I named it the Sect of the Dragon, right? Because it has also a more of a it rings more sacred as you say it. Now, yeah, so it is really there are signs, but they are really signs. But I do understand how. Right. Yeah. And it is, and I can understand how it's hard for people, because like there's a lot of people out there that feel very alone and stuff like that. And when they join these cults, they feel like they're part of something. That's exactly why I made this here, right? And of course, this is just the chat of the Sect of the Dragon. The actual sect has, actual physical members have not been ordained yet, have not been established yet. And they will not until, there will be physical meetings. That's when we will really establish who's actually part of the sect, like officially. No, that's very interesting to me, because I really like knowing about that, and that's exactly, that's yeah, I've read about it myself, and I just wish they didn't fucking steal the word from us, pretty much. Yeah, it is really interesting, because these people then, when they finally wake up and they really wake up, it's like they are so destroyed. They're so destroyed, and they suffer so miserably. And it's also because they blame themselves, which I understand, because they didn't see the signs, they didn't react to the signs, and they they stayed blinded. But like I said, I understand there's many people that want to be part of something, and they feel so alone. So that's when they result into going to these cults and joining them. But, you have to still stay assertive. Don't let them, reel you into something that you cannot handle, or reel you into something that's, dangerous to yourself or your children or whatever, so. And that's where my understanding for these people joining stops, right? Because I've seen many documentaries on that stuff, because I've always been really, like, intrigued by these, cult leaders, and always trying to figure out, like, how did they really get them to do all these horrific things and to their children, or leave their children behind, or or let their daughters be raped by the cult leader, and all of this fucking crazy nonsense, right? And I'm just like, dude, this is fucking horrible. And then of course I always compare this with my life. You know, what would have my life, and it's always, and you know, of course I have my opinion and my judgment, because I am not Christian. I can't judge others, and I will judge others, because I know even if they are Christian and they're not supposed to judge me, they still do more than non-Christian people even do. So okay, that is just my experience, so I have to speak on that. But I judge them because I know for a fact, for instance, that my mother, for instance, would have never let that happen to me. She would have never let that happen to me. You know, so it's like what's really going on? You know, because even especially there's people that don't have kids, like me. I don't have kids, that don't have kids, that are pretty much lonelier than that person with kids. And it's like, you have your child. Take your child, get out of there before something like this happens, you know. What does delis mean? Delis? Delis? What is that? So that's kind of where my sympathy then ends too, you know? Like, I really have to say, my sympathy ends there. When it comes to the well-being, you know, I'm never gonna, I don't know, I just can't understand. It's like that's where being lonely is not the excuse anymore. That's where, literally, in my opinion, it's okay, you're just sick in the head for like, you're not all there for the fact that you're letting this happen. Oh, what's up, Cheese Leaf? Oh my god! Ah, it's been a long time. Oh, it's a deli. Okay. Okay, that's what I thought. I was like, deli, that's where you go get sandwiches and shit, and the sausage. Yeah, I knew that. Oh, so they have their yellow delis, and that's where these, like, secret people hide there, these from the Christian cults. Oh my god, that's so ridiculous. Alright, Cheese Leaf. Anything in particular? If I don't drop all the cards. But what if there's a deli that's yellow and that's not involved? How do you know? Okay, gotcha. Ah, I see. Okay. With delis. With fresh deli meats. We will lead you right to Christ and right behind bars to never to escape. Ridiculous, man. Ridiculous. Wow. Are you kidding me? Their last supper special is to die for. Good one. Wow. Ridiculous. These people are just fucking crazy. They're just nut jobs. I have no sympathy for them. Not for the women, not for nobody but the kids. The poor children. That's all I can say. Because of adults' crazy, psychotic, fucking religious beliefs. So fucking horrendous. Alright, Cheese Leaf. What do we got? Let's see. On Fridays, I probably got the crucifixion special going on. Too much talk. Too much bad talk. The devil. Okay. So, there's some kind of oppression going on in your life currently. Material bondage, evil fantasies, obsessive desires, okay? Calm down, cheese leaf. Yeah, so there's a little bit boiling inside of you right now that's not really healthy, but it too shall pass, okay? Moving on. Oh. Okay. Ten of Pentacles inverted. That is talking about a family strife, okay? Problems with financial matters, loss of home or money, and yeah, unfortunate family matters, okay? That's another plague that's going on. Probably that's what's causing you to have these obsessive desires and these weird manipulated feelings and such, okay? Let's keep moving on. Wow, these two together in one, you have really issues going on right now. The moon. So there's definitely a negative influence over you. There's something going on where you're being manipulated by dark powers of some sort, okay? Dark power sounds so stupid. It's like a brainwashing, dark influences, like non-ideal influences. Let's put it this way: trickery, illusion, subconscious control. Okay, so something is going on here. There might be a person that's causing this, or something, but something is kind of messing with your head. It, long story short, pretty much. And it could be this loss of home or money and this family strife that's happening. So that's something that's going on for you right now, unfortunately. And I wish you good luck in your endeavors. I hope that you can, maybe you have a clearer picture now that because sometimes we sit here and we feel a certain way, and then we're like, I think I'm crazy, what's wrong with me? And then somebody like me comes along, gives you the reading, and then finally you're like, oh, okay, so I'm not crazy, so this is actually happening, and I can now tackle it and take care of this situation. I kind of hope that this will help you now a little bit. Yeah, I'm glad that I could give you that reading at least a little bit. So I really hope that things will get better for you here, Cheese Leaf. I'm glad to see you anyway. That's awesome that you came today, because it's been a minute. It's been a minute since you've been here. So I hope other than that you're doing. Sorry, I'm just checking my Twitch notifications. There's so much garbage, man. God. I don't give a fuck about that. What's today? Oh, okay. Alright, I'm back. No? Different angle, yes. Not a different room. Same room, different angle. Yeah, you can see my wall better now. That's why I did it like that, because it looks really nice, so yeah. So you can see my work I put into this wall. I had so much fun doing that, actually. It was so much fun. Did you know, let me tell you a story about me drawing on walls, okay? You guys all know I did very mischievous things in middle school and high school in Germany. And there was this one event that we had in the school, right? Wow. So long story short, every class, okay, see, in Europe it's different, with classes, right? You do not leave your class and then go to another class with other students. That you stay with the same 34 people in one class, and you go to each subject. You might be going to different rooms, probably, but you stay with the same 34 people. That is your class. That is your class all throughout your high school and middle school year until you graduate. You don't change people around throughout the school. It's just the same people always together, right? So all the classes, there was a huge event in the school, and it was that all the classes have, every class of 34 people has students, has their designated classroom. That is their major classroom, where they, that's theirs. That's their home, pretty much, in school, right? So when we had German lessons, for instance, we had them there because our teacher, because also there's a teacher designated to each class. That is the teacher of that class. That might be biology teacher, might be religion teacher, might be sports teacher. It doesn't matter. Now, for us, it was the German teacher. Our German teacher was our teacher, the teacher of the class. He taught us German, and he taught us economy, and I think that's it. And his name was Dr. Dach, which means roof. So Dr. Roof was his name. Did it freeze for anybody else? Who is that? I think I know that. I see. What the fuck? What the fuck's going on here? Huh? Am I back? Am I back? Can you guys hear me at least? I'm back. Right? Yeah, okay. I don't know. I went on there and I noticed it right away. It's fucked up. Okay. Okay. Since it's back, we can continue. I'm gonna keep an eye on it now, though. Oh, no. It's not back. It's doing it again. What the hell? Is it doing it again for you guys, too? Or no? No sound, nothing, huh? Check. Okay. No sound. I see that. Okay. Wait a minute. Check. Check. Should be working, actually. Should definitely be working. Should not be not working. Check. check, check, check. Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Piece of shit Twitch. Or Streamlabs. Check. There is sound now? Maybe. It's back? Because it's weird. If you guys can hear me. Just let me know first if you can hear me. Okay. Because you guys said it was back literally right before I unplugged it and plugged it back in. So I don't know what that was. It was just a glitch of some sort. Well, anyway, I'm back. So that's good. So the story goes. Each class was allowed to paint the back wall of the classroom in whatever the class decided that they wanted to have back there. And, so me, being the artist in the class, had a really good idea. Now, the teachers were oblivious. They had no idea, okay, what we were painting on there. But we knew what we were painting on there. And I decided, if you guys ever look, you know the Bacardi rum, right? And you know the caps on top of the bottles, what the symbol is, right? It's like this. I think it's like yellow with like a red ring, and then it's like a bat in black or something. Something like that is what it is on there. And I said, guys, to my class, I said, let's paint that. We're gonna paint the Bacardi symbol on the back of the wall, and like, I mean, huge. You know, it was a huge wall. So like the whole symbol on the back wall. And it was so funny because the whole class was freaking out there. Let's do it. Let's fucking do it. We're like 16 or some shit. And we did it. We did it. We painted it on there. It looked fabulous, right? And even the teachers were so impressed. They're like, whoa, this is so good. You guys did such a good job on it. What is this supposed to be? And then one of the idiots in my class fucking told on us and said what it was. And it was a huge controversy. It was like the teachers were freaking out there. We cannot have the symbol on the back of the wall. This is alcohol. No. You guys are 16. This is hard alcohol. And we had to fucking paint over it. It was so sad. It was so sad because one idiot had to open their mouth and talk. Damn it, man. It was awesome though. It looked good. And the teacher said it was good until, but you know, because they didn't know what it was. But then when they found out what it was, they freaked out. Oh my god. I don't care. Come on, man. It's nice. Oh, you know what's so funny? Look, my other camera is totally fucked. It's not working. Because, I know! God. It stopped working. So, I don't know how to fix that now. I don't know. Well, it's beer and wine at 16 and then 18 for liquor. There, we're back. Okay. Snitches get stitches. Exactly. No, it was pretty annoying though. I was so upset, man. I was like, I don't even know who was